Anytime I read a Suehiro story, I try to find the positives to highlight, but with the subject matter he often explores, it's kind of hard to do that on YouTube, given his art style. You know, I get what he's trying to do, I get the brutal imagery, he's a very progressive man, but sometimes artists convey messages in not so pleasant ways. New National Kid is a hard sell, not one I can recommend for newcomers or horror fans in general, but for you weirdo Suehiro fans, of course you'll love it. The cover art confuses me. See, I wanted more of this, but what you get is an anthology of chaos. And would you believe that this is one of his more gaggy releases? Like, some of this is supposed to be comedic? Comedy for a ghoul, perhaps. But yes, chaos. That's the best word to describe this one. It's a chaotic mess. It starts off slow enough, but it's just a ploy because things get turned up to 11 in no time. The first story of the bully kid who turns into Tetsuo the magnetic tape man. I love the visuals. This is like Evil Dead levels of creepiness, but then it ends. That's it. We don't see him go on a rampage for revenge, but I guess that's the point. Because then we move on to the next horrific tale. Lots of bullying, assaults, unstable characters lashing out, depictions of alternate realities with World War II outcomes. Some of these feel totally absurd, while others do feel totally grounded. Like, some of these scenes will probably leave you uncomfortable, and that's the point. So yeah, New National Kid, there is no plot really, it's kind of just a collection of things like this. Suehiro's entire career is built on nonsense, on being weird, but also to purposely never have any true justice in his stories, and well, you aren't getting any justice with this manga. Just page after page of him trying to make the reader uncomfortable. It isn't very trippy like some of his art tends to get, but then we do get things like this, the classic eyeball licking. So let's finally talk about this. People always trying to find deep meaning in Suehiro's work, like, you can get the point, but people look at when he does stuff like this and think there's some deep message going on here. Truth is, and he has stated it, he just does it for fun. There is no real purpose on why he does the eyeball licking, he just finds it fun to draw. It's problematic at times, offensive, horrific, unforgiving, and ends with what looks to be a mushroom cloud. Do you get the point? It's a dark comedy when everything is said and done though, and I mean pitch black, a very odd use of comedy given the subject matter, but it's Suehiro's reflection not only on the past, and an unapologetic reminder of the world's faults, including his own country, but a message that things will probably never get better. I get the sense he's a glass is half empty type of guy, and I can respect that. So in one way, I like that he creates his art with no filter. In another way, sometimes brutal honesty is just too much for an audience to handle. Keep in mind though that this was 1999 in Japan, where things were a bit different. So yeah, keep that in mind if you want to check this one out.